Good day, good day. All right, let's see what we got for the CME Open for the start of the week. Let me do a bit of chart cleaning, removing Monday's range. Yup. If we are to keep going down, looking at the 4-hour, it's pretty much where you want to reject now, where we're sitting. It's the 50 EMA on Ethereum, the low of previous week on Bitcoin, and that supply before this big drop. We right into it. We're a little bit above on Ethereum, and it does look like there's a bit of a W here created. But let's go down in time frames and see what we're dealing with. We clearly had those 3 levels here on Friday on the 15-minute, and we caught an extension here over the weekend. You got 6 minutes before the open. Don't want to be too aggressive, but sometimes it's really clean, sometimes it's not. If it's not, I'll just wait for the Asia Open. So yeah, here on Bitcoin, we're at 1, 2, 3 levels down. Over the weekend, usually expect ranging, or if we go one way, maybe we'll correct. There is some rare weekends where we just trend up, like last weekend. Had the low on Friday, trended up the whole weekend, but quickly recovered on Tuesday. Can't tell much level wise on the higher time frame. I would say that yeah, if you probably want a rejection in that zone to either create a W. You know that that's the price where we closed that on Friday, so that creates a CME gap even if we open 24/7 there. So a retrace to that area would make sense, but that can happen very later. That can happen a different week. Yeah, apart from that, on the 15-minute, call that a rise level 1 that recovered the whole of the last drop and holding. It's not really holding the EMAs, but it's holding that breaker. Not at all the same pattern on ETH, but you do have somewhat of a W here of low of previous week. You can have rise 1, rise 2. Yeah, quite unclear. I'll jump on the 5-minute to see if we've got our levels complete, and if it looks, yeah, can't really make a count out of this. It's just trending up. Or that'd be, W, rise 1, rise 2, rise 3 now. So usually when there's a move that happens at CME Open, it will be on the open, exactly on the open, or like 5 or 10 minutes after. So we got 3 minutes to that open now, and then from that I'll just look at the charts for 10 minutes, and then I'll call it, and I'll come back here for the Asia gap. I don't see anything presenting so far. What I like is sometimes you have a high in US. Excuse me. And you would have trend down over the weekend and trend up. and you are creating a higher time frame M like this, and then you can see a little 5 minute M creating, and at the open, that's when you get an entry. um I don't see a name creating now. There's a bit of a rejection, but it's just not enough for me to open anything right now. We did go back to that imbalance here on Ethereum. We are in that supply. We are higher low of previous week. It still feels ballsy to open a short from here, but yeah, I wanna, on the 5 minute at least an M creating or something. There's nothing for me for now to enter here. What do you have this week news-wise? Really um, just NFP on Friday. I'll write this down. But end of week I'll be at work, so I'll only be trading UK session. Yep. NFP. Non-farm payroll. Just good to know when these news are happening. Market can be a bit hard to read before, but it can be really good as well. So that's why I don't pay attention to news that much anymore. I just know when they happen because I expect volatility, but it's can almost trade without news, honestly. Apart from Trump tweets. So there we are. CME is open. If we sort of, there's no entry now, we sort of create some decent structure here from Asia Open, might be a possibility of going short. The only thing I'll be careful of is if this is 1 and 2, that we might just get a retrace before 3. If we are to keep going in that range on the higher time frame, because here it's clearly up and here it's clearly down, but we had 3 levels down, and I know from looking at the past, like here, I think it was more on Ethereum that we had this were a nice topping formation. But I know that we can clearly revisit this and keep ranging before dropping. We can take some of those highs before dropping. It'll look really easy if we just drop from here, right? Right, so far nothing crazy. I'm only gonna stay here for two 5-minute candles. Yeah, nothing so far. Just gonna see that to in Asia Open. When something happens at CME Open, it just drops or pumps up, but you have to have the setup before, and usually moves at the open or like after that first 5 minute candle. So far, still just on the grind up, so no trades to take. There's no entry long here, and there's potentially a short, but it's not my ideal short. Yeah, nothing there in my opinion. So we'll see you back in at Asia Open. Bye, guys.